Hi, it's Dorothy Guining with Scrapbooking Quebec. Today I'm here for Mercy Tiara Kits and I'm going to be creating a 12 by 12 layout featuring the September 2024 release called Smile. This kit is full of bright, bold colors with material from Chanel's Reasons to Smile collection and Adventurous from Paige Evans. And if you're looking at the layout wondering where is the real Dorothy, well, I'll be back next week with something reflecting my typical clean graphic style, but today I'm going to be playing with color, lots of color. Today's project is a perfect example of how one product, in this case a piece of paper, can send a person in a complete different direction. If you want a closer look at the entire Smile kit, check out my unboxing video. I will put a link to it below, along with links to the Mercy Tiara Kits website, Instagram, and Facebook group. So let's get started and see what's on my desk. You're going to see in a moment that I double matted one photo in advance. That is a toe selfie of me. The purple cardstock is a scrap I have left over that was part of the cardstock add-on for this Smile kit. My jumping off point was this rainbow paper and that rainbow cut file. Both of them were in the main kit. These are both from Chanel's Reasons to Smile collection. Obviously, you could use the cut file on a plain piece of paper, even on white paper with mixed media, but I'm going to use it on this rainbow paper. This was really different for me. When I saw it in the kit, I thought, you know what, I just have to try it. So that's what I'm going to be doing here today. I have some plain paper as well. I also have a tray full of embellishments. The embellishments are from the main kit and the embellishment add-on. At this point, I don't have much of a plan. My plan is basically the photo, that rainbow paper and cut file, and I know I want to use flowers. That is it. So the first thing I'm going to do is start adhering this cut file on top of that rainbow paper, and I'm using a liquid adhesive. Basically, I'm putting adhesive around all of the outer edge of this cut file and putting dots of it on every second row. That's it. So I'm not plastering it with glue, just a little bit. And then what I will do is I'm going to adhere it on top of this rainbow paper off camera. I start to do it on camera, but I'm kind of awkwardly positioned with the tripod on my head, so I decide to be careful. It was easy to do. It was just easier when the paper was closer to me. I'm showing you the paper. I absolutely love this, and I would almost like to use it as is, but that wouldn't be much of a process for you. So I am going to move forward and create a layout. Here are the embellishments. I have two ephemera packs, both from the Paige Evans Adventurous collection. One has flowers, the other one has tags, labels, stuff like that. I'm also showing you that I die cut some leaves. So the cardstock I used, it was just a scrap of Simple Stories cardstock. The color is pine. And I used these leaf thin cuts from Close to My Heart. Here are the other embellishments. I have puffy stickers from Chanel. I also have foam titles from Chanel, both of these from the Reasons to Smile collection. You're going to see as well, I brought in a few things from my stash as well, basically from past Mercy Tiara Kits. I have two other title options, Today and Together. Both of those came from the foam titles kit that was in the kit last month. That was from Simple Stories, a vintage collection. Here are cardstock stickers from Chanel, again from this collection, Smile. And here's a pile of paper there. So what I know at this point is that I want to create a barrier, something between the photo and that busy background paper. So at this point, my thought is white or pink or these other kind of tone on tones. These are all papers that are in the main kit. That looks nice. But while I'm doing it, I'm really loving the rainbow. I'm thinking maybe I could use some vellum. So again, I don't have much of the plan. This is evolving as I go along. So I go grab myself some vellum. You can see I have a bunch of different scraps here, including that aqua colored one, which was again in a past Mercy Tiara kit. So at this point, I select the aqua one and a white one. It's kind of a white one with a bit of text print on it from Stampin' Up. I select both of these and I want to play with it. when I'm looking at this now, I'm looking, my gosh, there's not much of a division there. But at the moment when I was creating this layout, that was what I was liking. So that is what I'm going for. So I decide to do this. What I'm going to do is simply tear that white vellum. It kind of disappears onto my tabletop, but it is there. And I'm going to cut it in 3 chunks, not really measuring here. All I'm looking for is 3 unequal chunks. And my idea is I want to create kind of a mat where they overlap, that they are all unequal in length. And you're going to see me come in and I simply trim the tops. Again, I want them to be all unequal in width and in height, and I want them to overlap. At this point, still not sure if that's what I'm going to use. I am totally playing at this point. Same thing with that aqua colored paper. I am not sure of it. Because again, the other thing I know at this point is that I want to play with the floral ephemera pack, and I know that's going to create a barrier as well between the photo and the background paper. You can see off camera, I did cut myself a mat with that aqua colored vellum. That is from Doodlebug, by the way. And now what I'm doing is adhering those 3 pieces of vellum, the white vellum, together. At this point, I'm still not certain if I'm going to use that aqua vellum or not. And anyway, so I'm just adhering these 3 pieces together, just making sure it is wide enough to accommodate and long enough to accommodate my photo. Playing around with that aqua vellum at this point, but still not certain about that. What I want to do right now is just start playing with my embellishments. So I have the leaves here. So I'm going to start my embellishment clusters by layering a foundation layer for my cluster with these leaves. So I'm going to be doing the clusters in the kind of bottom right corner, hugging that corner, and in the top left corner, the kitty corner. So I lay down a layer of leaves, and now I'm coming in with the flowers here. So I'm tucking them in both corners. All I'm looking to do here is repeat color. I don't want them to be identical in size, and I don't want them to be identical, but I want there to be repetition. So I started with the leaves, then I came in with the bigger flowers, and then I'm topping it off with the smaller flowers there. So I guess I'm kind of liking this. At this point, I don't have that blue vellum there. And you can see now I'm back with the blue vellum. I actually lost a bit of footage there. All I did was lift the photo, add the blue vellum, and at that point I decided I wanted to keep it. So you can see I adhered that blue vellum mat behind the photo and the other 2 mats. Now what you see me doing is just tearing the tops of those vellum pieces that are in that white vellum mat there. I had already torn the bottom ones. Now I've torn the top ones. And now what I'm going to do is just start playing around with that. So right now I have I forget if I actually adhered that blue mat to the white. Yes, I did. Anyway, what you see me doing right now is creating my clusters, but I'm not even doing it on the foundation page. I am quite literally working within the layers that are already behind that photo, all of those mats and the vellum. The only thing that gets adhered directly to the page, aside from the photo clump, are the leaves, but all of those flowers are tucked within the layers of the photo. So once again, I'm just playing around with all of this. And this takes me longer than usual. I sped it up 4 times, I think. Anyway, it takes me longer than usual because I had very little plan here. Again, my jumping off point was that piece of paper, my photo. I knew I wanted flowers, but aside from that, it was hard to plan because this paper is so incredibly different for me. At this point, I do need to have a title. So that you see me getting out the words here. I have the word love, but I found that just didn't have much of an impact. It was too pale. I'm looking at today and I'm looking at together. Both of them couldn't work, but I end up going with today because I like the contrast. Already this page is just full of contrast, so I'm just going to go with it. That will be overlapping my photo, and I'm showing you another ephemera piece that was from that labels and journaling bits pieces from Paige Evans. I have that. I plan to do my journaling. It's going to be private journaling, kind of my reflections on that day. And eventually it will get tucked within those layers behind the photo there. Right now you can see that I have all of those flowers kind of adhered behind the photo within those layers. It turned out to be one clump. I adhered it directly on the page, and I had adhered those leaves right behind it. So that's where I am now, and what I'm doing is simply adding the smaller leaves on top, and some of those I'm popping them up with foam adhesive. Now what I'm doing is taking that word today, overlapping my photo, and finishing off with the rest of the small flowers. Again, some of them are getting tucked in the layers, other ones are being popped up with foam adhesive. Even though this looks like it's really thick, it's actually quite flat. There's a little bit of dimension, of course, but much less than what the actual page looks like. So you can see me there fluffing up a little bit of the vellum. And later on at the end of this video, I actually add a few more scraps of vellum within those layers as well. So now I know I do have to tuck my journaling in somewhere. I did it on that card. I tucked it in between the two layers. So my private journaling is going to be there. If nobody can access it, I don't care. I did it 100% for me. But if somebody wants to access it, they can. So now I'm coming in with some finishing touches. You see I have a little speech bubble ephemera piece that says remember in purple above the photo. I like that. I'm coming in with some puppy stickers as well, and I also tucked in a few more flowers, 2 more orange flowers at the bottom, kind of reinforcing that orange color. So I tucked in 1 puppy sticker down by the bottom. I had a look at the cardstock stickers, and you can see this is my finished layout. Off camera, I tweaked the leaves a bit and added a few layers of vellum. I just tucked in 2 or 3 scraps that were hanging around my table and ripped the edges as well. In the top left, I also added a few small stickers, a puffy rainbow and a purple camera. And in the bottom cluster, I added the date with a purple heart and an orange word sticker that reads you and me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd greatly appreciate a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, Scrapbooking Quebec, I would be honored and thrilled if you did. And if you are a subscriber, thank you very much. Make sure you check out the Mercy Tiara Kits shop, Instagram, and Facebook page. Take care, and I will see you soon on YouTube. Bye-bye.